There's another person besides Craig who has also been involved with for a great many years in trying to preserve not only wild horses and burros on our public lands, but public lands and all the animals that live there. Some people believe that he wrote the greatest American Western, and I tend to be in that camp. In 1991, Michael Blake, author of Dances with Wolves, won an Academy Award honoring him for his writing. And he is Dances with Wolves. He created that out of his mind and out of his heart. And then he wrote a book called 12 the King. If you've not read this wonderful small book about Michael's wild horse, then you're missing out on a treat. And so it's my great pleasure to introduce to you my friend and colleague in film, Michael Blake.
Thank you. You have to figure it out. Humanity is in deep trouble. We've been in our situation as people standing up for about 400,000 years. We reached 2.5 billion people after 400,000 years in 1950. We've more than doubled since 1950. We have moved further and further and further away from the planet we live on. We have made incredible number of things, planes, cars, all kinds of electricity, everything like that. We have built ourselves up out of caves, but we have moved so far that the balance with the planet we live on is not really there anymore. We're human beings, but despite the fact that we have removed ourselves from life on this earth, we are a part of it. We sleep and wake. We eat and drink. We pee and poop. We live and we die. And every other creature on this planet does the same thing. We are a part of it. And the other creatures on this planet are a part of it too. Do we have to be involved with everybody? No. Do we have to give some feeling that every creature on this planet deserves to stay here? Absolutely. They are a part of this world. If we don't connect with them again, forget it. Wild horses and burros, I've been working on them for more than 20 years. The fact of the matter is, our government, the people we elect, they're not necessarily, the majority is not necessarily bad people, but they are corrupt. The United States government doesn't tell us the truth, and it doesn't focus on anything but money. The Bureau of Land Management, I've known for over 20 years. They have never, ever, ever told the truth to me about anything they have done. The only ones that ever told the truth to me were people who whispered to me in the middle of nowhere with no one around, saying, I can't believe what everybody's been doing. I don't know what to do. I've got to get out of here. And because I'm afraid if I say something, somebody might kill me. That's how bad it is. The only thing that we can do is to come together in a big, big way. And the only way that the wild horses and burros in America will ever continue to exist is if it is stopped immediately. If the Bureau of Land Management continues to tell us, oh, we're doing this and we're doing that, and oh yeah, okay, all right, yeah, all right, the wild horses and burros will be gone forever. They will be out of this earth completely, which is ridiculous. And the fact of the matter is that the Bureau of Land Management is as corrupt, money-wise and mining-wise and everything else as any part of our national government. In fact, in some ways, even more corrupt. They hire criminals not to do roundups, but capturing and killing and slaughtering. That's what happens all the time. Period. The only way that we will be able to proceed to keep America in some kind of balance is if we start to do something in America. Instead of just watching the news every night about telling us about what's going on over in the Middle East. Oh, the poor people, and oh, the corrupt governments. Well, what about America? Are we going to do anything about the country that we live in? We better. And I'll say lastly, and anybody from the press can ask me any question they want, but I will say lastly, that my view, after 20 years of working with the BLM and not working with the BLM, I feel it is time for the BLM to be removed from the American West. Lastly, I will say that the first thing that can be done to remove the BLM from the American West is to do what I'm doing with the international funding of wild horses and burros. We are filing impeachment against the director of the BLM. Period.
How do you really feel? It reminds me of the film Network. Does anybody remember that film with Peter Finch? And he sticks his head out the window and says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Yeah. I think that's where we're at. Exactly. I think that's where we're at. We're mad as hell and we aren't going to take it anymore. We are not going to let the BLM run roughshod over our wild horses and burros. They symbolize too much to us. They have given me so much that I can never repay the debt that they have given to me personally. So we're in it together. I think we speak as one voice, and that one voice pleads with the BLM and demands that the BLM stop the roundups now.